सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम् आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रयेभीष्टसिद्धये अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दान् अतीतद्वैतभानतः गुरूणाराध्य वेदान्त सारं वक्ष्ये यथामति। So we are seeing this Adhyaropa part of, or the Avastu part of the Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa Apavada is a complete teaching. In that we are seeing Adhyaropa. In Adhyaropa there is one component, Avastu. We are seeing Avastu. In Avastu, the first one, the fundamental Avastu is Ajnanam. And that Ajnanam is being talked about. And this Ajnanam is the Upadhi for Brahman to become the cause. And this Ajnanam has got twofold power, Avarana and Vikshepa. Avarana Shakti was defined as the veiling power, that which as though veils Atma. Vikshepa Shakti means the power of projecting the entire world, gross and subtle, on Brahman. That is Vikshepa Shakti. And based on this Avarana Vikshepa Shakti Yukta Ajnanam, Chaitanyam attains two status: Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam. It is interesting that even though Ajnanam is a contributor in Chaitanyam, Brahma being the cause, but still we highlight only Brahma part. In Shastra, what is the Siddhanta? Brahma is the Upadana Karanam. Janmadhyasya yataha tad Brahma. So, Brahman is the Karana, Brahma Karanavadinaha. Why? Because we want to, through this Karya Karana Prakriya, we want to convey the idea that this world is not separate from Brahman. And it is not that simply it is a make-believe, we are simply highlighting only one thing. It is not so. Brahman alone is the reality. So what is Brahman alone. And therefore, Karana cannot be anything apart from Brahman. And therefore, Brahma Karana Vada is our Siddhanta. It is something like when it is said that this chain is born of gold. Why? Why is it said? To convey the idea, all that is here is gold. Even though gold as such, whatever be the chemical formula, what is the gold chemical name?
AU.
KU?
AU.
AU? AU. AU, na?
AU.
Okay. So, AU does not change. So, that remains the same. What changes is what? The Nama Rupa of AU. Gold. Let me say, other people say what AU has come. So, Nama Rupa of gold is changing. Gold is changeless. Still, we say what? Gold is the Karanam of everything. Why? because we want to draw attention to the fact all that is here in the world of ornaments is gold alone. And therefore we say gold is the Karanam. Even though gold as AU does not undergo any change, it remains the same. So we have to see more fundamentally. Still, gold is considered to be the cause, because Nama Rupa, which are undergoing the change, they have got their background in gold. Nama Rupa cannot exist apart from gold. Having the background of gold alone, Nama Rupa undergo change. And therefore, gold is Karanam. But what type of gold? Gold with particular Nama Rupa, lump Nama Rupa, nugget Nama Rupa, that is becoming ornaments. Similarly, Shakti Dvayavat Ajnanopahitam Chaitanyam, the consciousness which is conditioned by the Upadhi of Ajnanam having twofold power, Swapradhanataya Nimittam, seeing from the standpoint of the predominance of oneself, consciousness, Nimittam Bhavati, Nimitta Karanam Bhavati. So Chaitan, because Nimitta Karanam is Chaitana. So Swapradhanataya Nimittam Bhavati. So if it is Nimitta Karana, then Swakarya Vyapitvam will not be there. That is not there. Because here Nimitta Karanam is only in the form of Sannidhi. And therefore it doesn't have to be limited like a pot maker, etc. So Swasan and Nimitta Karanam doesn't have to undergo any change, because Nimitta Karana Akshepa can be done. Then how Brahman can be Nimitta Karana? Nimitta Karanasya Vyaparavatva Darshanat, Vyaparasya Vikaradhinatvat, Nimitta Karanasya Vikaravatvam Syat. So Nimitta Karanam have to have Vyapara, and Vyapara is dependent on Vikara, and therefore Nimitta Karana should be Vikari. For that our answer is the Nimitta Karana is Sannidhi Matrena, and therefore that Akshepa is not there. And it can be Vyapi, Sannidhi Matrena, even though it is Vyapi, Sannidhi Matrena eva Ajnanam Prereti. Therefore, Avyapitvam is not necessary, and Vikaritvam also not necessary, because it is a particular type of Nimitta Karana. And if it is Upadana, that Akshepa was there, if it is Upadana, then there will be contradiction. From Chetana, how can there be Jada Prapancha? The Prapancha also should be Chetana. For that, we say that Upadhi Pradhanyena Upadana Karanam. Upadhi Pradhanyena Parinami Upadana Karanam. So, Swa Upadhi Pradhanataya Parinami Upadanam Bhavati. From the standpoint of its Upadhi in the form of ignorance, it becomes Upadana. And Swadrishtya, if it is said that Brahma itself is Upadanam, then what type of Upadanam? It is a Vivarta Upadana Karanam. So, Swa Upadhi Pradhanyena Ajnana Rupa Vikari Ajnana Rupa Upadhi Pradhanyena Upadana Karanam Bhavati. Therefore no problem. Brahman doesn't have to undergo any change. Brahman's Upadhi undergoes any change and undergoes the change required for becoming Upadana Karanam. And therefore there is no problem in Brahman being called Upadana. And if you insist that the Brahman, if Brahman is the cause, then it will undergo a change. If you insist, then we say that Brahman is a Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Therefore he does not undergo any change. And one thing is that Vivarta Upadana means apparent cause. Changeless cause is Vivarta Upadana Karanam. And even for Brahman to become Vivarta Upadana Karanam, it should be Ajnana Vrutam. Without Ajnana, it cannot become. So Ajnanam will come into the picture. Only thing that Brahman will not have this Vikara to become Upadana, because Vivarta Upadana doesn't have to undergo change. In fact, doesn't undergo any change. Alright. This is incidentally, but main thing is here, from the standpoint of consciousness, Ishvara is called Nimitta Karanam, and from the standpoint of his Maya Upadhi, it is called Upadana Karanam. Which Upadana? Parinami Upadana Karanam. And Swadrishtya, Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Otherwise people will ask that Maya alone is Upadana Karanam, therefore Sarvam Kim? Maya Mayam eva. How can you say Sarvam Ishvara Mayam? Then we say that Maya is a Parinami Upadana Karanam, but Brahman also is Upadana Karanam. Kim? Vivarta Upadana Karanam. And Vivarta Upadana Karanam is in and through the Adhyastha Karya, Vivarta Karya. And therefore Brahman is in and through the entire effect. Alright. So, Upadanam cha bhavati. Alright. Now, the creation of Pancha Mahabhutas is talked about in the next sentence. Tamah pradhana vikshep shaktimat shaktimadajnanopahita chaitanyat.
Tamah pradhana vikshep shaktimat ajnanopahita chaitanyat.
Akashaha akashad vayuhu vayoho agnihi agnehe apaha adbyah prithvi adbyah prithvi cha utpadyate etasmadatmanah akashas sambhutah ityadi shrutehe. So main sentence is Ajnanopahita Chaitanyat Akasha Vayu Agnihi Apaha Prithvicha Utpadyate. From the consciousness conditioned by Ajnanam, Maya Upahita Chaitanyat, from the consciousness conditioned by Maya Upadhi, here Ajnanam is in the sense of Maya. All the five Mahabhutas are born, and here Mahabhutas refer to Sukshma Mahabhutas, because Sukshma Mahabhutas are born first. So what comes first from Ishvara is Sukshma Mahabhutas. Therefore here all the Mahabhutas should be understood as Sukshma Mahabhutas. So Ajnanopahita Chaitanyat Akashadayah Utpadyante are born. But what type of Ajnanopahita, what type of Ajnanopadi is there by which Chaitanyam is conditioned? So now Tamah Pradhana Vikshepa Shakti Mat is the adjective not for Chaitanyam, it's the adjective for Ajnanam. But whatever the adjective is for the adjective, that will be connected to the Visheshya also, main Visheshya. So Tamah Pradhana Vikshepa Shakti Mat is the adjective for Ajnanam, and Ajnanam becomes the adjective for Chaitanyam because Ajnanopahita Chaitanyam. So main adjective, primarily it is the adjective for Ajnanam. So what type of Ajnanam? Which is the Upadhi for Chaitanyam? That is said here, Tamah Pradhana Vikshepa. In fact here Vikshopa is something is there, no? Vikshepa, so you have to correct it. Vikshepa. Vikshepa Shakti Mat Ajnanam. Ajnanam which is Mat. Mat means endowed with. Vikshepa Shakti, the power of projection. And what type of power of projection? Further there is a division. Tamah Pradhana, having the predominance of Tamoguna. So all Panchamahabhutas are born of Chaitanyam consciousness, which is conditioned by Maya Ajnanam, which itself is endowed with Ajnanam or Maya is endowed with the power of projection, having the predominance of Tamoguna. Is it clear? Okay. So, simple. From Maya Upahita Chaitanyam, Maya Vishishta Chaitanyam, Panchamahabhutas are born, and that Maya has got Vikshepa Shakti, and that too also Tama Pradhana Vikshepa Shakti. Because Sattva Pradhana, Raja Pradhana, Tama Pradhana, all three will be there. Tama Pradhana Vikshepa Shakti. And in this Tikakara, this Granthakara will say, why Tama Pradhana we have to say? Because the Sukshma Mahabhutas have got the Jadyam, inertia, Adhikya. Adhikya means a more in quantity and more in proportion. Since there is a Adhikyam, there is predominance of the inertia in these Panchamahabhutas, therefore it is said Tama Pradhana. Because all Mahabhutas have got this the Adhikyam, predominance of this Jadyam. Jadyam is inertia. And we have seen earlier, there's the three gunas are said to be there in Ajnanam, Maya, based on the three expressions we have in the world. We have got expression in the form of knowledge, for which corresponding guna postulated in Karanam is Sattva Guna. We have got activity in this effect, the world, corresponding guna postulated in Karanam is Rajoguna. And we have got variety where inertia is more. In the effect we see inertia also in some of the things. That inertia is having corresponding Tamoguna in Karanam. Thus, three gunas are there, and this Vikshepa Shakti which is responsible for these Panchamahabhutas is Tamah Pradhanam. Tamah Pradhana Vikshepa Shakti Mat Ajnanopahita Chaitanyad Akashaha. Sometimes this type of classification is done. Sattva Pradhana Maya Upahita is Ishvara. Rajah Pradhana Upahita is Jivaha. And Tamah Pradhana Upahita is Jagat. So three gunas, no, we have to have some division. Not exactly Rajaguna, Jiva, a little bit difficult to explain, but Sattva and Tama we can explain very well. Jiva is a little bit more active, no? So therefore, Jiva keeps moving, no? Therefore, Sattva Pradhana Ishvara, Rajah Pradhana Jivaha, Tamah Pradhana Jagat. So Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, three are there, three gunas are there. So we have to do marriage. So this is how we do. Alright. So Tama Pradhana Vikshepa Shaktimat Ajnanopahita Chaitanyad. Okay, this word we have seen. From this Ishvara, which is the consciousness conditioned by Ajnanopadhi, Akashaha Utpadyate. We have to connect with Utpadyate. Akasha, space is born. This is a very unique thing, because some other philosophers consider Akasha to be Abhava. Means there is no thing called Akasha. Charvaka don't accept Akasha as a Panchamahabhuta, the fifth Mahabhuta. For them only four Mahabhutas are there. This is Akasha is just absence. There is no positive entity called positive Mahabhuta called Akasha. They don't accept Akasha as a Mahabhuta. Whereas we say Akasha is a Mahabhuta. Akasha is born. And now scientists also have to are telling that before Big Bang we cannot talk about Akasha. Space we can't talk about. Time we cannot talk about. And therefore they are coming around. They may not have solid arguments for that, but they are coming around to appreciate what has been already told by Shastra. Akashaha. Akashaha Utpadyate. But they cannot answer all this. That if Akasha was not that, where was the fundamental substance? They will not be able to. A scientific manner they cannot answer. If they can answer, I would like to know. scientific manner they will have difficulty. They will say that before Big Bang there was a singularity. And singularity means there is no time and space. All this they talk about. But the singularity, single entity is there. And any entity will have space, without how can it be there? So Akashaha, they cannot explain. But they are coming around that. We are happy to know they are coming around that. Akashaha utpadyate. They can give us, some supporting logic. But decisive logic is Shruti. The Shruti alone can say this Akasha is born of Chaitanya. They cannot say, and they are not saying also. They are not saying that all this world came from consciousness. If they can tell this, then they are coming with Vedanta. So they don't say. They say that some fundamental matter is there, from that it is born. And sometimes they become mystic. From somewhere something came, and from which this Big Bang happened. Because that entity, they are not able to talk where from it came. Something should be there which had Big Bang, which had a bang. So something must be there that they don't know. Therefore, from somewhere or from nowhere they have to say. and sometime, or they have to tell something. So they will have difficulty. In that paradigm they have difficulty. Anyway, Akashaha utpadyate. Whereas for us, what was there? Avyakta Akasha was there. So where was Akasha? Akasha was in Maya. Where was Akasha? In Maya. Maya doesn't require space because Avyakta. So from Avyakta Maya, this Vyakta Akasha is born. Alright. Akasha utpadyate. Then Akashat Vayuhu utpadyate. From Akasha, air is born. Vayoho Agnihi utpadyate. From Vayu, Agni is born. Fire is born. Agnehe Apaha utpadyate we should not say. What we should say?
Utpadyante.
Utpadyante. Apaha. It looks like Rama. So Apaha utpadyate. Now, Apaha utpadyante. Adbhyaha Prithvi. From waters, Prithvi cha, and from water Prithvi is born. Alright. What is the basis? Only Shruti is the basis. All these five Mahabhutas are born of consciousness. No science can figure out. Science cannot figure out that from consciousness this all material Mahabhutas are born. Cannot be found out. Therefore, Shruti eva pramanam. In fact, one has to appreciate this very well. That without Shruti, we cannot figure out that this world is born of Brahman. Only Shruti pramanam. More we think, our Shraddha for Shruti will go up. That really without Shruti we cannot figure out. We have studied Shrutis and therefore it looks like, oh, that's very obvious. It becomes obvious after Shruti. So, not before that, okay. Etasmad, therefore Shruti is quoted. Etasmad atmanaha akashas sambhutaha. Tasmad va etasmad. Tasmad brahmanaha, which is the Atma, this Atma, akashas sambhutaha. Akasha is born, ityadi shrutehe. The Shruti is there. Alright. So now, Akasha and other Mahabhutas are born. See from where? From Ajnanam we started, and now the Pancha Mahabhutas are born. Alright. Now, Granthakara gives the explanation for Tamah Pradhana word. Why Tamah Pradhanam was told? Teshu Jadyadhikya Darshanat.
Teshu Jadyadhikya Darshanat.
Tamah Pradhanyam.
Tamah Pradhanyam.
Tatkaranasya.
Tatkaranasya.
Teshu. Teshu means Panchabhuteshu. Oh, acha. Tadanim Sattvarajastamamsi Karanaguna Prakramena Teshu Akadishu. Dirgha should not, when we are separating it on Dirgha. Teshu Akashadishu Utpadyante. You understood correct? Atatanaya. Akashadishu is a rasva and Utpadyante is a rasva. So Akashadishu is not rasva. So when we are separating, we should not say Akashadishu. We should not say Akashadishu Utpadyante. Savarna Dirgha something is there. Teshu means Akashadishu Panchabhuteshu, in those 5 bhutas, Jadyadhikya Darshanat, because of the observation of the predominance of Jadyam, inertia. Inertia is there. Therefore, you know what is inertia? That the quality of a thing to remain in its position. If it is moving, it will keep on moving. If it is stationary, it will continue to be stationary. That quality is called inertia. That we have studied in physics. Inertia. Okay, that's called Jadya. You remember this? This we are studying. Jadya. You remember Jadya? Inertia is this. So it remains. Whatever position is there, it remains. For changing, we require to apply some force. Some force should come across, or somebody has to apply. Otherwise, it will continue. Some people are like that. Unless you tell them, they will continue to do whatever they are doing. That is Jadya. Jadya and Jadya Adhikya Darshanat. Because of the observation of the predominance of Jadya, inertia or inertness, Tat Karanasya. Tat refers means Panchabhuta Karanasya. The cause of these 5 bhutas have got pradhanyam, predominance. Of what? Tamaha, of the samoguna. Because of the observation of the predominance of inertness in those effects, namely Panchamahabhutas, their cause must have the predominance of tamoguna. Here what is to be understood? That karana gunaha karya gunaha arabante. The qualities of the cause will give rise to the qualities of the effect. That is the principle. And we are seeing the inertia in the effect. Therefore, there must be some factor in the cause which is responsible for inertia. And the factor responsible for inertia is tamogunaha. Therefore, tat karanasya tamah pradhanyam. Therefore, the cause of these Panchamahabhutas have got tamah pradhanyam, predominance of tamoguna. Is it clear? Next. Then somebody may say that nanu trigunatmakatvat ajnanasya katham tamoguna matra pradhanyena akashadi janakatvam. He said ajnanam is supposed to be trigunam. If you remember, when ajnanam was defined, what was said? That ajnanam sadasadhyam anirvachariyam trigunatmakam. See, ajnanam is supposed to be trigunatmakam. Then how only tamah pradhana ajnanam will have this janakatvam, panchabhuta janakatvam, akashadi janakatvam? Nanu trigunatmakatvat ajnanasya katham tamoguna matra pradhanyena tamoguna matra pradhanyena akashadi janakatvam. How can it be the cause of akashadi by mere predominance of tamoguna? It should have all gunas. So, author is clarifying. Yes, you are right. When we say tamoguna pradhanam, it means other are there. When we say this was the main one, today lunch main dish was rice, it means something else was there. then only is a bait. Similarly, Tamoguna Pradhanam is other dishes were there. So today we reached dining hall, yeah. After a long time. So that idea is given that the Karana has got all three gunas and they are percolated in the effects. So the gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamo gunas which are there in the Karana, in fact they constitute Karana, but we can figuratively say they are in the Karana. So those Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna which are there in the cause, they are manifesting in the effect. That is said here in the next sentence, Tadanim. Tadanim means Utpatti Velayam. At the time of creation of Panchamahabhutas, Tadanim Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi Gunaha. This Sattva, Rajas and Tamamsi, these three gunas, Teshu Akashadishu, in those Akashadi which are the effects, Teshu Karya Bhuteshu Akashadishu, in the Akasha etc. which are Karya Bhuta, which are in the form of effect. Utpadyante. So Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi Utpadyante. Here Utpadyante means get manifested. So the guna which are there in the cause, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas gunas which are there in the cause, they are manifested even in Akashadi which are the effect. The cause, the gunas of the cause, Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi, are manifested in the effect Akashadi. Teshu Akashadishu Utpadyante. And here he puts a note that how much Sattva, Rajas, Tamas will be there in the effect. Simple, as much it is there in the cause. So the sweetness is there in the cause, sugar. Then the effect, the sweet which we have made, in that also sweetness will be there. Proportionate to what? Proportionate to the sweetness, the quantity which sugar has, or the proportion the sweetness the sugar has. So depending upon the proportion of the Karana guna, these Karya gunas will be manifested. That idea is given by the word Karana Guna Prakramena. Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi Utpadyante. Keshu Utpadyante? Akashadishu Utpadyante. And they are proportionately getting manifested. That idea is given Karana Guna Prakramena. Prakramena means in keeping with the proportion. Prakrama has got different meanings. One meaning is proportion. In keeping with the proportion of the qualities of Karana. Karanasya Gunasya Prakramaha Tena. In keeping with the proportion of the qualities of the cause, the Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi Gunaha Utpadyante. So the idea given is that to what extent this Akashadi will have Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna? To the extent the cause, Akashadi, the cause of the Akashadi has got Sattva, Rajas, Tamo guna. So if Tama Pradhanatvam is there, Sattva, Rajas are there, but Sattva, Rajas will be very little. So Karana Guna Prakramena, in keeping with the proportion of the qualities of the Karana, the Sattva, Rajas, Tamamsi are born. So here Karana Guna Prakrama is referring to the Nyaya. There is a Karana Guna Prakrama Nyaya. Nyaya means what? Yukti Mulaka Drashtanta Visheshaha Nyaya. Nyaya means a particular example which is based on Yukti, logic, and found in Loka or Shastra. Loka Shastra, we can add one word. Loka Shastra Prasiddha Yukti Mulaka Drishtanta Visheshaha is Nyayaha. Because we keep on saying this Nyaya, that Nyaya, Andha Pangu Nyaya. So, what this Nyaya, Kanta Chamikaran Nyaya. So here, Nyaya means this, a well-known example found in the scriptures or in the world and which is based on some logic. That is called Nyaya. And here the Nyaya is called Karana Prakrama Nyaya. Acha. And what is that Nyaya? Karana Gunaha Sajatiya Gunan Karye Arabhyante. Karana Gunaha Sajatiya Gunan Karye Arabhyante. Means what? The qualities of the cause Arabhyante, start. What? Sajatiya Gunan, similar qualities. In what? The effect. The qualities of the cause initiate, start, produce Sajatiya Gunan, similar qualities in the effect. Yatha, just as Tantu Rupadayaha, the form of the Tantu, thread, Swakarye Pate, in the cloth which is its effect. Sajatiya Rupadin, Swakarye Pate, Sajatiya Rupadin Arabhante. They start the Rupam which is similar to the Rupam of the Tantu. Means what? If Tantu is red, the thread is red, what will be the cloth? Red only. So, Karana Rupadaya, the Tantu Rupadayaha Swakarye Pate Sajatiya means Sajatiya Rupadin Arabhante. Na Vijatiyan, and not dissimilar. This particular Nyaya is called Karana Prakrama Nyaya. So the qualities of the effect will be in keeping with the qualities of the cause. This Nyaya is called Karana Prakrama Nyaya. Yatra Karana Gunanugamaha Tatra Asya Nyayasya Pravritti. When we are seeing the percolation of the qualities of the cause in the effect, there we use this Nyaya. Tatra Asya Nyayasya Pravritti. Usage is there. Alright, so a little bit we saw a little more detail. Karana Guna Prakrama Nyaya. So what final message is what? The Sattva Rajas Tamo Guna which are there in the cause will manifest in the effect Akashadi. And here Tikakara explained that why we have to say all this. Because afterwards we are going to say from the Sattvic aspect of Akasha this is born, from the Rajasic aspect this is born. Sattva Guna Rajoguna was not there, from Tamah Pradhana only it was born. Therefore we have to introduce this, that Sattva Rajas, Sattva Guna also is there in Akasha, Rajoguna also is there in Akasha. Little bit is there. Like in your body, gold is there or not? You know that? Karan, we have got gold no in our body. A little bit got it. So we can say, Hiranmaya. So similarly, this Akashadi have, little bit. Like some people, those who are the waste material, such a big machine is there, but from that little bit only they will take it out. For them that is important. For computer, only some small thing is important. So that is useful. From that they will make some money. So similarly, Sattvic, Rajasic aspects are there in this Panchamahabhutas. For that purpose, this is talked about. It's not simply like I felt like giving one more information. It's generally Acharyas don't do that. So local Acharyas may do it, but generally Granthakaras don't do it. Because in Shastra, the Sangati is very important. So there should be Sangati. So in fact for that also, as I gave you Sangati, That how Trigunatmakam is their Ajnanam and you say Tama Pradhanyam. Okay. And also another commentator says that this effect, the further effect, the elementals are going to be born, and their elementals will require this sattva guna, rajoguna aspect also, and therefore here the description is given. Yeah, it is there in, I think, this Vidvat Manojari. Okay. Now, alright, so we have made the ground clear, and now this Sukshma Mahabhutas are given one more title. This Sukshma Mahabhutas title is given, and then from Sukshma Mahabhutas, Sthula Bhutas will be born, that will be mentioned. So we'll read some titles of Sukshma Mahabhutas. एतानि एव सूक्ष्मभूतानि तन्मात्राणि अपञ्चीकृतानि च उच्यन्ते एतानि एव, these alone, this akashadi which are born, akashadini alone, Sukshma Bhutani Uchyante, they are called subtle elements. Tanmatrani, Tanmatrani means pure elements. Tanmatra means what is a Karmadharaya, the Rajadantadivattat. Tadeva Tanmatra. Tadeva Tanmatra. So, or Tani Eva Tanmatra. So, it is a irregular Karmadharaya. Tanmatrani means Tani Eva Tanmatrani means they are that alone. Why they are called that alone? Because when we are going to see Sthula Mahabhutas, then every Mahabhutas will have the half of it will have some other elements in it. Half of it, every element is consisting of other four elements. Therefore, it is not Tanmatra. Why? Some other things are also there. And therefore, and these ones, these Mahabhutas which we are talking, do not have anything else. Therefore, they are called Tanmatrani. So, Ityasa and all this, they use this word. Ityasa Purana, they use this word. Tanmatrani. Okay. And Apanchikritani cha Bhutani. And they are called unmixed or unquintuplicated. Quintuplicated. So means they are not grossified. Okay, let me tell. Non-grossified. Panchikaran means grossified. And they are called non-grossified. So we have to supply Uchyante Kehi Maharshibhihi. Keshu Smruti Itihasa Puraneshu Uchyante. In Smruti, Itihasa and Purana, this Mahabhutas are called Sukshma Mahabhutas, Tanmatras or Apanchikrita Bhuta. Uchyante. And Sukshma Bhutas, for that Tikakara says Vyavhara Kshamani. The Sukshma Mahabhutas cannot be perceived. Therefore Sukshma Bhutani, Vyavhara Kshamani. And when they become Sthula, then only they are perceived. Then Tanmatrani, there says Shabdadi. Shabdadi Tavat Matrani. They are only Shabdadi Rupa. Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha. They are called the essence of each Mahabhutas. So they alone, they are only in the form of those Shabdadi. Shabdadi Tavan Matraika Swabhavani. That is the meaning of Tanmatrani. Shabdadi Tavan Matraika Swabhavani. Having the nature of just being sound, etc. This is a technical way of saying that each Sukshma Mahabhutas is presented by its guna. So Akasha Tanmatra is what? Shabda Tanmatra also it is called. Vayu Tanmatra is what? Sparsha Tanmatra. Like that. So he is having the nature of only that element, that quality. That is called Tanmatrani. And Apanchikritani means Paraspara Samsrishtani. Those who are not joined or combined with each other. Paraspara Samsrishtani Apanchikritani Uchyante. Alright, next. So these are the titles: Sukshma Bhutani, Tanmatrani, Apanchikritani. Now the creation from the Sukshma Shariras, that is talked about. Etebhyaha Sukshma Sharirani Sthula Bhutani cha Utpadyante.
Sukshma Sharirani Sthula Bhutani cha Utpadyante.
Etebhyaha, from this subtle elements, Sukshma Sharirani, subtle bodies, Sthula Bhutani cha, and gross elements, Utpadyante, are born. From these subtle elements, subtle bodies and gross bodies are born. But gross bodies are not directly born of Sukshma Sharira. Sthula Bhutotpatti Dwara. In between step is what? Sthula Bhutotpatti. From Sukshma Sharira, Sthula Bhutas are born, and from Sthula Bhutas, the Sthula Sharira, Sthula Bhutani are born. Here Bhutani, if we take the Sthula Bhutani as the Bhutani, then directly born. So Sthula Shariranis are born indirectly, but Sthula Bhutani are directly born. I missed it. So Sthula Bhutani is said here, not Sthula Sharirani. Sukshma Sharirani and Sthula Sharirani Utpadyante, but Sthula Sharirani Sthula Bhutotpatti Dwara Utpadyante. Sthula Bhutas directly born, not Sukshma Bhutas. Now, Sukshma Shariras are described. Sukshma Sharira description is given. Alright. So, Sukshma Shariras, Sthula Bhutas are born of Sukshma Mahabhutas. Now the topic is Sukshma Sharira description, Varnanam. Sukshma Sharirani Saptadasha Vayavani Linga Sharirani. So what is Sukshma Sharira? Sukshma Sharira is that which has got 17 parts. Saptadasha, 17 Avayava part. So that which has got 17 parts is Sukshma Sharira. And they are otherwise called Linga Sharira, indicatory body, or bodies in the form of indicators. Lingani cha tani sharirani linga sharirani. So the bodies which are in the form of indicators, they are called Linga Sharirani. Acha, Sukshma Shariras are the indicators of what? They are indicators of consciousness. Lingyate Jnayate Pratyagatma Sadbhavaha Ebihi Tani Lingani. So, Lingyate Jnayate Pratyagatma Sadbhavaha Ebihi Lingani. They are Tani Lingani. Iti Lingani. So, Linga Shariras are those by which the presence of the inner self consciousness is indicated, known, inferred. So Sukshma Sharira is called Linga Sharira because by the presence of Sukshma Sharira, functional Sukshma Sharira, the presence of consciousness is inferred. Iti Lingani. Tani cha Sharirani Linga Sharirani. And here one commentator says, see, really this Linga is not Sharira. Sharira is generally used for the gross body only. Then how can you call it Sharira? We can give the answer in two ways. That is the Shiryamana Swabhava, therefore it is Sharira. The Sukshma Sharira also is subject to disintegration. But Sukshma Sharira is not subject to disintegration in every life. It is continuing. It is intact. It is not that in the Srishti Sukshma Sharira started and by the time it became very old and very fragile or something. No. Sukshma Sharira doesn't lose any limbs and all. But a Pralaya it is destroyed. Therefore it can be called Sharira. That is one answer. But generally the word Sharira is used for the gross body because it is Shiryamana Svabhava, is disintegrated every moment. Therefore how can this question may be there? So for that second answer is given that why Linga Sukshma Sharira can be called Sharira. He says Sharira Pratishthitatvat Shariram. It is obtaining in the body, therefore it is called Shariram. Alright. It is something like a person is referred to by the place. Now India is coming. They will say in Olympic and all, now India is coming. So people of India are referred to by India. So or sometimes so it has come from palace. This order has come from palace. So the people will be known by the word palace. This order has come from palace. This order has come from the office. Office cannot give order, no? People will be referred to by the word office. Similarly, the Sukshma Sharira is obtaining in the Sthula Sharira. Therefore, this Linga is called Sharira. What is Sukshma? Is obtaining 17, this entity having 17 parts is obtaining in the body, therefore it is called body. Alright. Then, now description goes further. That this Sukshma Sharira has got 17 parts. You did not tell what are the 17 parts. I said, I am going to tell now. Avayavahatu Nanendriya Panchakam Buddhi Manasi Karmendriya Panchakam Vayu Panchakam Cha Iti. Avayavatu. Whereas Avayavas are Nanendriya Panchakam, a group of 5 organs of perception, Buddhi Manasi, intellect and the mind, Karmendriya Panchakam, a group of 5 organs of action, and Vayu Panchakam, a group of 5 vital airs, Vayu Panchakam. Since Vayu is there, we have to use some word, no? Air. Alright, so 5 into 3, 15 plus 2, 17. And here Tikakara has a very long discussion. He said, how can you say 17 parts? Elsewhere it is called Puryashtakam. In Viveka Chudamani also Puryashtakam it is called. Having 8 parts. Sometimes it is called 19 parts. So he said it depends how you are calculating. So there is no contradiction. It is a way of dividing. Alright. So here 17 parts model we are following. Now each term Jnanendriya Panchakam, Buddhi Manasi, Karmendriya Panchakam all will be explained. So now we can go fast. This is the time when we have pick up the speed. Jnanendriyani Shrotratvak Chakshur Jihva Granakhyani.
Jnanendriyani Shrotratvak Chakshur Jihva Granakhyani.
What are Jnanendriyas? Organs of perception. What are they? Shrotra, ear, Tvak, tactile organ, Chakshur, the eye, Jihva, this tongue, Grahana, olfactory organ, Akhyani means having the names. So organs of perception are those which are having these 5 names. Means they are in the form of these 5 organs. Anyway, all of us know this. Shrotra Tvak. I don't have to show Shrotra Tvak and like that. Sorry, Tvak. I thought I should show you Chakshu, Jihva, Grahana. All are there? Okay. Now they are born of Sattvikamsha. That is said in the next sentence. Etani akashadinam Sattvikamshebhyah vyastebhyah Pruthak pruthak kramena utpadyante Etani, these Jnanendriyanis utpadyante are born. Born of what? Akashadinam Sattvikamshebhyah. From the Sattvic aspect of Akashadi, 5 Mahabhutas, Sukshma Mahabhutas. And Sattvikamsha, but what type of Sattvikamsha? There are also 2 types. This Samasta and Vyasta. Here Vyasta means individual. From the individual Sattvic aspect of these 5 elements, Akasha, etc., Pruthak Pruthak, separately, Kramena, in order, Utpadyante, they are born. So these 5 organs are born from individual Sattvic aspect of Akashadi, separately and in order. Means what? Shrotratvak, Chakshur, Jihva, Granakhyani is there. They are born from Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. In that order it is born. And we can match the Shrotra is born of Akasha. Because Shrotra is grasping what? Shabda, which is the guna of Akasha. Then Tvak is born of Vayu. Vayu has the guna, special guna Sparsha, which is perceived by Tvagendriya. Similarly, Chakshu is born of this Agni, because the Chakshu is perceiving the Rupam, which is the guna of Agni. Jihva is born of the water, which is, that's why we get water in the mouth. Jihva, the tongue is born of water. Why? Because Jihva perceives the Rasa, which is the guna of water, and Grahana is born of Prithvi. Grahana perceives the Gandha, which is the guna of Prithvi. So that is a matchmaking is there. Okay. Now, Jnanendriya Panchakam is explained. Now Buddhi Manasi is being explained, which we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.